Hello again, heathens, and welcome to hell. You know what I can't get enough of? Sinning. I mean, it's how I got down here in the first place. Disrespect for the sacredness of the human body, pirating out-of-print Nintendo games so I could emulate them on the PC, blasphemy, and several other things my lawyer has told me not to put on the record. We're still working on an appeal. I think we have a solid case built up, but we can't blow it just yet. But as heinous as some sins are, there are a select few that stand out above the rest. Some call them deadly sins, but for me, they're just my idea of a good time. But which of these deadly sins is truly the best? Well, that's what we are here to discuss. The top 7 deadly sins. Let's jump right into it. Coming in at number 7 is envy. Envy is the black sheep amongst the deadly sins because unlike all the others, there is no gratification here of any sort. Just pain and suffering. A longing for something you can see but you know you can't have. No rush of exhilaration from doing something you know you shouldn't have done, or the satisfaction of the indulgence of your dark urges. It's the one deadly sin you can't really get anything out of, so that's why it's at the bottom of the list. Next up at number 6 is wrath. Wrath is one hell of a drug. You ever just obsessively fixate on one person that you really don't like, be it an ex, a former friend, a terrible teacher, or some random guy for no reason, and fantasize about ways to violently release your anger and rage upon them as a coping mechanism for other problems going on in your life, to the point where it begins seeping into facets of your life where it really doesn't belong? Yeah, me too. Sure, in controlled settings and moderation, wrath can be fun to indulge in from time to time, but over time, it can develop into a spiral of rage and hatred like a black hole until it consumes and destroys everything around it. Wrath is like crack. It really feels good the first couple times. By the time you get hooked, you'll regret ever starting. And that's why it is only number 6 on the list. At the number 5 slot is pride. Because here's the truth. Being humble is boring. Deep down, you all know damn well how much you want to rub your achievements and victories into other people's faces. Your drive to be humble only ingrained into you by societal convention and nothing else. Do yourself a favor and revel in your victories, however trivial it may be. Everyone around you may come to despise you for it after a while, but it feels so good. Sure, it'll push people away, but who needs friends anyway? Besides, I'm all I need. Here's a fact about me. I love money. I love spending it as much as I love hoarding it for no good reason, using it to launch my ass into space while the people whose toes I've stepped on to amass such obscene wealth live paycheck to paycheck and had to piss in bottles just to afford this month's rent. Ah, the joys of capitalism. Hell is a capitalist society, you know? Oh, so you're poor? Just pick yourself up by your bootstraps and make some money. Oh wait, I have it all. Too bad. Fuck the poor. And here's a tip. If you're really big into greed, just move down to the Cayman Islands and you won't even have to pay a fraction of the income tax your minimum wage employees have to pay individually, despite having a net worth more than some countries. So old Uncle Joe Biden won't even see a cent of your earnings. Sure, I do indulge in philanthropy from time to time, but that's just for the tax write-offs. And my love of money is why greed comes in at number 4. Everybody has those days where they can't physically or emotionally bring themselves to get out of bed. And there's nothing quite like escaping from your problems, like letting your body atrophy into a gelatinous mass.
Think about your bed. How soft and warm and comfy it is. How much you'd rather be there than doing whatever it is you're doing here. How you're desperate to drop everything you're doing and just lay down and do nothing all day. You know you wanna.
Sure, you could be productive, but where's the fun in that? Who cares about schoolwork, getting a job, supporting a family, or making YouTube videos on a consistent schedule when you could just lay in bed all day and just become one with the mattress? Sure, you may get that nagging little voice in the back of your head telling you to get up and do something, anything with your life, but just brush it aside and ignore it. You are in control of your own destiny. Remember that. Sloth is fantastic, and that's why it is number 3 on the list. But sloth is best paired with number 2 on our list, gluttony. There is nothing like gorging yourself until you're swollen like an engorged tick and your stomach is on the verge of bursting, shoving sugary, processed, carcinogenic crap down your greasy gullet till you pass out from food coma, only to wake up and start the cycle over again. And unlike the other sins on this list, we have entire holidays dedicated to gluttony's indulgence. Thanksgiving, anybody? When life has knocked you down, gluttony is there to help you. Just eat till the pain stops. That's how I do it. It's great. And at number 1, lust. Lust is fun, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Just feels so good. Everybody liked to talk up the sinfulness of the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, but I think they just knew how to have a good time. God is just the ultimate cockblock sometimes. I think he's just jealous. I mean, the closest he's gotten was impregnating Mary via messenger angel. The big man has 0 game. 0! And besides, the only reason you're here watching this video is because 2 particular people felt lust towards each other and they started going to town on each other. That's how you were conceived. But I see no better way to stick it to the Lord himself than by partaking in this sin. Just be wary of the fire and brimstone that may be headed your way. But now, if you excuse me, I have tea with Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher in 10 minutes, and I can't be late again. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.